Hello everyone, I'm just about ready to get started. Hello Alec, hope you're doing well today. Let's talk about some things. We listen to the Castlevania Adventure soundtrack. So, I'm working on a few small updates for the axe armor. A lot of it is more kind of back-end changes, but I don't think it'll be too different from what you've seen before. But one of the things that's been requested, and I think we'll test it out a little bit today, is that currently it's possible to quick rise if you are moving around as axe armor with faceplant and you hit up in flight. It's possible to restand yourself so that you're not in the hit animation and you don't have to wait for the long delay. So one request was to add that if you get struck. Now, I don't want to give you that permanent ability. I don't think you should be able to fly around with it, but I think what'll end up happening is I'll give a small window of flight that you can kind of use regardless of relic, and I might improve it with other relics. And the intent being that damage boosting is a much more viable strat. Hello Chris, hope you're doing well. I figured we'd give it a shot. I got some things to probably go over at some point. I mean, I could probably do it now from here. Size the notes slightly. So, like, some of this hasn't changed. I'm just looking to see if this is any different. I think that's this. Yeah, I think that's the same. So, like, damage table-wise, nothing has really changed at the beginning. I just put it in here again for reference. The only real changes for damage happen to be for the scaling. I think after testing it more on Sunday and kind of comparing some things, I think I over-nerfed the multi-hit, and I think single-hit needs to get nerfed. So I'm giving a flat -4 if you have just a single-hit weapon. And I feel like the weapon attack power scaling should be stronger. In addition, I don't think I need to take it all the way to -18, given that I'm already given a strength bonus. So I've also decreased the flat damage bonus on everything except for the 2-hit. I do feel like 2-hit is pretty strong as is, and given the difference between the single hit and multi-hit is currently only a -2 right now. It's gonna be, generally speaking, better to always use the multi-hit weapons. Exceptions to that rule would be if you're looking to take advantage of the Wolf Dash or the maximum possible damage, then the single hit weapon will still be preferred. But I was looking to make the gap a little less extreme. I think that's all I really have to say there. I also changed how the club damage works. Mostly just for other mods, I slightly reduced weapon attack power. I think effectively they have the same stats in vanilla. Because most clubs, like your shield rods or your holy flails, blah blah blah, they only really have an attack range of like 10 to 20 anyway, so just giving a flat +2 additional versus getting 25% attack, it's effectively the same. There's really almost no difference, honestly. It's just more to be more compatible with other mods. So we talked about teching. We'll be showcasing this. I'm not going to go into too many details, other than to say you only can do it for 8 frames. The moment you tap the button, that's your 8 frames. Power of Mist technically lets you tap it twice if you're really quick with the tap. So you could get 2 different little flight bonuses, which is useful if you're trying to maneuver the hit without being, I think, too crazy powerful. I'm adjusting the refund mana cost of Gravity Jump from only costing 2 to only costing 3. But in return, I'm gonna normalize, I think, the cost of the faceplant. Faceplant initially costs 5 at the beginning, which I think is a little steep, especially early in the game. So rather than have it reduced based off a form of Mist, I'm just going to reduce it to 4, but it cannot be reduced to 3 anymore. I think that's better for balancing too, so that way there's more threat time. So when you do actually run out of MP, having to wait to 4 MP instead of 3 MP, I think actually does make certain bosses a bit harder. So I feel like better... I don't know how to put it. I guess it makes you think about MP management a bit more on bosses. I think that's ultimately a good thing. So it's easier for traveling around the castle, but it's worse for bosses.
What is up, Soul Calibur? Here we are. It's me. I'm Conmon.
What? That's not an OST. YouTube recommends. Listen, I was listening to some OST on Castlevania, and then it decided I wanted to watch Evo 2022. Like, no, did not click that. 1 second, chat, as we put on some background music. Good enough. Yeah, autoplay fail, chat, from YouTube. One other thing I'm experimenting with, and we're going to be testing this probably for the first half hour, is momentum changes. So right now, I would say there's not really a point to using faceplant without flight. Which is like, it's okay. Posting small things in the notes, just cut that out. But I want to give more purpose to it, so I'm going to do kind of a risk-reward system. And again, it's more mechanically rewarding. I think the goal of the stream is basically risk-reward. Yeah, the commentators made an interesting song, exactly, chat. So what I'm saying is I'm going to nerf the grounded faceplant, so that way you don't go flying along the ground anywhere near as much unless you end up with flight. So basically a nerf to grounded faceplant, but in exchange, over time, whether you have Power of Mist or Form of Mist, when you jump up in the air and you use faceplant, the momentum from that is going to be much higher. In fact, if you have Power of Mist, your aerial time is going to be much, much higher in general. So, like, if you were letting go of the flight button and you just hold the Mist button, you actually move faster than if you use flight. Now, granted, eventually you'll fall down. So, it's kind of like a limited boost system. But it's just something to add a little more to the mechanics, and just another way to go slightly faster. One other thing I want to do is I want to remove, I guess, in exchange for making all the MP costs a bit higher, I want to remove how punishing it is, I guess, for if you accidentally touch the ground. Right now, you might notice, like, the axe armor rapidly falls, rises, falls, rises. So just increase the amount of time it checks for whether or not he can stand. So that way, instead of losing, like, 40 or 50 MP if you botch it, it's more realistically only going to drain, like, 8. I think it's probably fair. Well, 40 is an exaggeration. Most of the time, you'd only lose at most 20, unless you are just full dummy and you just hold it for several seconds. Then I can't help you when you do that. I can't help you with that, chat. You should get punished for that. But just for a second, if you mess it up for just a second, you're only losing 4 MP instead of potentially 6 to 12, I think, in the other one. So a little more forgiving there. But still, the initial cost is 4, so if you are low, you do have to wait longer. Oh, one other thing I did is I rebalanced how long you're allowed to stay in the air. So right now, Power of Mist, for example, was not really giving too much of a benefit. So I want to make sure Power of Mist feels like a really strong relic. So I kind of categorized every change in these little short passageways. So no longer do you get the MP cost reduction, but Form of Mist gives you increased aerial momentum and slightly longer hang time. So right now I think, what is it, 10 times 80? You're getting like maybe about a second, 1.3333 repeating seconds extra when you get Form of Mist. I think right now you get 1.333 repeating, so I guess it's 2 seconds and 2/3, 2.2/3, or however you want to put that combination together. Mixed numbers, chat. So basically, I just want you to have more hang time, aka super boost. So the intent being is that you go from 1 1/3 seconds for the momentum boost, get Form of Mist, now it's 2 2/3, and then if you get Power of Mist and you're stacking all of them, then you end up with processing 5 1/3 seconds, which is pretty significant. That will clear a lot of hallways. In fact, most of the time you won't even take advantage of that full boost unless it's like a super long hallway like Marble Gallery. So that should cover you in most scenarios to just not use flight. Obviously, the risk is if you burn out of the hang time. I'm just gonna call it hang time. If you burn out of the hang time, you do fall rather rapidly. So you have to be kind of conscious of that when you play with it, and I think that's a good thing. I think involving more thought is probably for the best. And a small change I did, which I don't think will be very game-breaking, but to kind of put Gas Cloud / the Kicky Feet damage. Put Kicky Feet. I just improved the base damage by adding another 2. It's more just to help it with Gallimaw. It's not going to be very often you can damage him with Kicky Feet, but it's at least maybe going to hurt him now. With my super save file where I had like 70 int and ridiculous int items, I was actually able to deal damage to him, but it was like 3 damage. Now I'm doing like 5 damage. Again, not a lot, but you know, every time you dodge, being able to do another 60 to 80 damage is not bad. Plus, this also helps with hallway clear if you're choosing to Kicky Feet along the ground, so you might pick up some incidental XP this way. I guess the only other well, I have 2 small changes, but we'll talk about those. One other thing I did is I do feel like the dagger was a bit weak, so I'm gonna experiment with a slightly stronger dagger and see how I feel about it. So kind of putting it more in line that it does the damage of like 1.5 hits rather than just like 1 1/10 or something hits damage, because the dagger can't multi-hit. So I just want to make sure that it like feels like superior for hallway clear, but still doesn't feel great for bosses. It's still not going to be the best boss weapon ever. That is definitely the intent, but I feel like I want to make it a little less punishing if you go in with dagger into a boss. Now I did realize I had a bug with Mormigale. I think I accidentally gave it Poison Cut, so I just corrected it to Dark Cut. And the other one that I'm gonna test probably first to make sure that I've nerfed this enough. So I didn't give enough frames for the hit interval for single hit weapons. So when I was testing it and striking things like Bloody Zombie, for example, like a decently tall enemy, but obviously not like a massive Cerberus or something like that, I was only getting a single hit, which I'm like, good, you know, single hit weapons should only hit once. Now, the problem is if you're fighting something absolutely massive, like your Beelzebubs, your Draculas, where your axe could potentially hit multiple parts of said boss, it was possible to double hit. So that was causing a big unintended damage boost on certain bosses. So I think Dracula is probably the best boss to test this on. I want to make sure you cannot double hit, as I do think that kind of messed up some things, in particular on Sunday, and I didn't realize that. So I definitely do not want to reward the players that don't use the double hit weapons. That is fully not the intent for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and test it again to make sure I've done it. To give you an idea, I think the hit interval I put it at was, I think it was 16, which I thought was good enough, but no, it wasn't. So right now we're experimenting with, actually, that's a good question. What did I put it up to? Processing chat, 1 second. Where is it? Okay, in my defense, I remember what the function was called this time. I'm just reading from where it is. Okay, so I moved it from 16 frames to 18 frames. I might put it to 19 for safety, but honestly, like, it was that close. Like, I was only missing it by like a frame or two. So I'm gonna experiment with 18 frames. We're gonna start off with that, and then if I get struck, we'll showcase teching, even though I've been hit. MP costs aren't the most exciting things to test, so we'll ignore those for now. But anyway, enough chat. Let's go ahead and dive into things. Also, I guess I could show the work in progress UI. So what I'm looking to do is to have quick settings for setting up axe armor. Go ahead and launch things and showcase it. Hopefully chat is doing well today. Alright, let's add a quick screen grab. Perfect, actually. Exactly what I wanted to showcase. I'll leave the mouse cursor on, it's fine. So I'm gonna briefly blow this up just so you can see it a bit easier. So this is the setting menu when you launch the Mayhem currently. In fact, let me even just trim the top part because we don't really need to see that part. This is just the default menu. Make it even bigger because it's just for demo purposes. So what I'm looking to do, it's not fully set up. I think this is still buggy. Yeah, this is still buggy. So I gotta go and clean up some backend variables. So what I'm looking to do is, it'll default, I think, to... Oh, you can't see the dropdown. Oh, that is so unfortunate. So there are 3 different options. There's custom, which is if you touch any setting, it'll default to this. Axe Armor and Mayhem. So that way people looking to race it can just click on Axe Armor and it will auto-update all of these variables. Interesting. So I gotta make sure that these are working. So right now it's not letting me do Axe Armor only. So I think I found the buggy one that's stopping this from working correctly. I moved things separate that are specific to Mayhem into a Mayhem tab, and the old volume slider I put into here for now. Now for options that have nothing to do with anything, like the ROM hack mode, which is specifically so that this works better with other mods, or disabling the logs, I just left up here for now. But the intent being that if we start establishing different race presets, or there's more options for Axe Armor in the future, this is kind of like building for the future, is the office's favorite buzzword when I'm at the office. So we're building for the future, chat. So right now, the intent being when you select the quick setting, it'll auto-populate things like Force Spirit Orb, disabling the Mayhem meter if you're playing Axe Armor, things like that. So that way, people don't have to know what the race setting is. They literally just click on this, and then they select Axe Armor, and they're done, and then they're set up to race. So this is just kind of a quality of life feature for them. Well, actually, I forgot to give a shout out at the beginning. I'm still kind of waking up, so I apologize, chat.
You're wide open!
So thank you, Woe, for following. I believe they followed us right after we concluded the stream on Tuesday. So thank you again for following. But, let's see. I guess we could jam out to the music for a little bit. I'll just boot up a file manually, I think. Oh, because I was doing my other file. I was wondering what was happening here. I'm like, wait a minute. Sure, we'll test with the Sir Magic Penguin file. Save states do wonderful and mysterious things to our save slots. I'll have to load my other save state to get our true files. Speaking of which, let's make sure that this is launched. I might have it so that Axe Armor works without launching Mayhem, but I don't see how I could do some of that without going through here. Now, I also probably want to tighten up the anti-float mechanics on the elevator, because I actually soft-blocked myself briefly on Sunday, which did not help, I will state. So I thought I fixed that, but it's not fixed. Alucard Sword double hits. Do I have anything that single hits? This double hits. Okay. Oh, I have a shield rod? Wait a minute. Well, let's just use this. We just gotta kill Shaft, and then we'll go fight Dracula and test the single hits. Doing some decent damage to him. The shield rod buffs intelligence. In fact, what is our intel? Oh, our intelligence is terrible. No wonder why I wasn't doing that much. Can I even do that with this file? Wait a minute. I didn't contemplate that. I thought this file had real stats, chat. I should not be level 20 with 10 strength here. Well, I mean, I guess we're in challenge mode briefly. If I can even kill Shaft, we'll see. I think he's actually immune to this. Oh, he's not. Really? He doesn't have poison immunity? Oh, well, this is a lot easier then. Never mind. Oh, that could have been much worse. Yeah, the Holy Ashes, I think I made, like, Poison Dark. I am really surprised he doesn't resist that. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I know Dracula is immune to it, or should be immune to it, unless I messed up the damage types. In which case, we'll find out, chat. So I want to see if I can get some brief healing, because I might get struck here once by Dracula. Oh, I don't have any healing. Oh, that's gonna be brutal. That's fine. I should be able to test it without dying. We'll let him fall a little bit. Yeah, see how I'm only getting 1 damage number there? That looks much better. Really? This can still hit him. Interesting. Alright, test concluded. But now I'm gonna look into the sub-weapon. Is that not doing the right damage type? This would be news to me. It should be Poison Dark. Is he also not resistant to poison? I'm confused. I thought he had poison resistance. Or am I just hallucinating? I must know now, chat. I have to know. Yeah, he should be immune to poison, so something's not quite right. Yeah, the alternate damage type is dark. Oh, unless poison's one of those weird things where it only works on type A. I didn't think about that. Ooh, that might change my weapon damage a little bit. I need to think about this, John. So, hold on. Question. Oh, I don't have a file loaded up for that. If I go back to... If I go back to Dracula, does that mean hit poison doesn't work? If I only populate damage type A? I have to... This I have to know, because this will change my balance approach, for sure. Yeah, there's some damage types that only work if they're in A, and some of them only work if they're in B. But if you mix them, sometimes they also don't work. Because SotN is a mysterious game, and sometimes it just refuses to behave in a consistent manner. Don't ask, Sean. It's a wacky world. So, why don't we freeze our weapon? I want to poke this to 2. I think that's Axe. Yeah, so I'm like, does it not do poison damage, even though it's assigned poison? Oh, there's our +2 damage buff, briefly. As you can see, it's not like anything game-changing, but it is a small damage increase. Now, on that enemy, it did a lot of damage. Interesting. I might give myself a small buff, because I feel like my stats are also kind of low, again. And I don't feel like trying that hard. One moment, chat.
I'm unbeatable!
We're unbeatable, chat. Oh, this is kind of appropriate. I'm about to fight Dracula. We're hearing the Dracula music. We're close to Dracula. So, is Shaft immune, or does he take damage? Let's find out. Okay, so I need to rethink this. I'm glad we tested this, by the way, chat. I am really, really glad we tested this arbitrarily. So that is a bug, for sure. I have to see if it's even possible to make poison a subtype then. Okay, so I'm gonna put in weapons we have to reconsider. So then what damage type was... What damage type was Ashes doing? It was giving like the fire color, but that shouldn't be possible. Now I'm just curious. Right, chat? Like, now I'm curious. Oh, I went to copy paste and it didn't copy what I wanted to paste. That's annoying. So that might explain some things. I don't mind having a poison type damage weapon, but that should probably just be ashes. But again, if it can't do poison / dark, not that either of those types are useful in the normal version. I do need to rethink things a little bit. Now I can't find what I was looking for, of course. Oh, that's because I just did a placeholder type. I might have to test the placeholder damage a bit more thoroughly, which is kind of strange because I'm allowed to do poison water, but I can't do poison dark. Why is that? Unless it's buggy and it's always doing water damage. But the other color looked correct. I don't know, chat. Now I'm confused. If we come in with a single hit shield, I want to see what damage type that does, because it should be poison water. Oh, no. That one's water poison. Never mind. That one should work without any damage scaling. I mean, we can still test that one, but I don't need to test it as thoroughly. I'm just making some placeholders in the notes for later, so that way I remember to actually do something there. Alright, so he's immune to that. I don't know why 50 Keys and Sir Magic Penguin have the same stats. That shouldn't be. Maybe I accidentally overrode one, which is unfortunate. That's true. Because this is the same bad equipment I had before. Unfortunate, really. Why don't I just freeze my heart count for now? This do 1 maybe? I could test daggers. I mean, it's okay against him. Interesting, I slid forward without momentum. I guess I had stored momentum without realizing it. Or, you know what would make it faster? I think this one. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, Axe is just so godlike against Shaft. I really do think, like, the Axe animation is just so powerful. The worst part is I've nerfed it, but I feel like I haven't nerfed it enough. It just goes to show how much time you save with the right sub-weapons. The sub-weapons do make a really big difference in this game. The dagger is still not really OP. It's doing, like, what, 8 more damage than Axe does? But then again, my stats are also garbage, so it's harder to see the scaling. Happy music time. So we already know he's immune to that weapon. Is there any other weird combos I should retest? I'm not sure about. We've hit stone. I guess we could test rebound stone. So this one should do just hit damage. We can test out Cross, I think was working. I've seen it flash a different color. Holy Water, we could double check. Goonie should be fine. Yeah, like, look at that, chat. Axe did almost 122 damage an Axe. So that's why I was saying, like, when I lost the sub-weapon on the Sunday testing, chat, oh my gosh. Literally quarter damage. I wonder if I should put an exception in the rule for Dagger to just allow multi-hit. Just for Dracula. I mean, that's such a damage difference. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I'll think about it. So Dagger is buffed, but it might not be buffed enough. honestly. I think almost every other sub-weapon, the dagger is good against Drac. But then again, dagger's good for room clear. I don't know. We'll leave it as is for now, but it definitely needed some kind of adjustment. Whether it's enough, I guess we'll figure out next time we thoroughly play the game. Stopwatch damage. Yeah, stopwatch is doing ice, so that looks good. I figured it'd be a pun on freeze. Like, time stop freezes them, and then you're actually hitting them with the axe. Oh, I got the 1 in 8 crit. Oh, that's working. That's nice. Thank you, 1 in 8 crit. Okay, let's get hit by something on purpose that isn't the Death Laser. We'll showcase teching. That's teching on the ground, but if you get hit... Yeah, there we go. It is scary, though, because it can let you get comboed like that. So you have to dodge with responsibility. So it shows if you just tech every hit, you'll die really fast, which I think is a good trade-off. If you don't take those iframes, perish. So in a weird way, this might end up killing players more by giving the option to get out of the hit stun. But hey, chat, you know what? Adding more challenge to the game, but also opening it up for more freedom. I think I'm okay with that. Now, one thing I want to showcase, I think this one has everything I was using for testing, correct? Yeah, so I have Form of Mist and Power of Mist. So let's showcase some things. So if I do just a normal jump, I got like pretty good air acceleration. You can see, you know, it looks basically the same. Oh, wait, did I just clip through with... Interesting, hold on. Interesting. Can I do that at low speeds, or it's only because I was going at high speed? Hold on, chat. Oh yeah, you can clip into that. Oh, that is interesting. I don't think this is game breaking anywhere. So I haven't changed his vanilla speed on the ground. So I guess you could always do that. I've just never tried it. But interestingly, you don't... Oh, you know what it is? It probably because this is considered the same... Oh, it's because it's considered the same room. I was wondering why that would happen, but I think it's due to the Mistgate code. I didn't think these were in the same room because it's like a literal screen apart, but I guess literally right there is the end of the room. I guess. Anyway, learning more things. So anyway, got distracted. So if we do, for example, you can see I'm moving pretty fast, back and forth. Let's kill these enemies, because I'm going to be dropping down here a lot, I have a feeling. So I could go pretty fast. If I hold the play button versus not hold the play button, you might see me accelerate. At a longer platform. So this is without flight button, this is with flight button, with flight button, without flight button. It's not like a big difference when you're at max relic, but it is a way to go faster. It makes more of a difference at low levels. Do I have one where I have like no relics? Yeah, I have one where I have like no relics. Good one. You can see like, this is as far as Kicky Feet goes without relics. Like, you can see it's definitely nowhere near as powerful. It's easier to see the nerf than the speed increase. Because once you get to a certain speed of fast, it is kind of hard to tell. Yeah, so face planning nerfed in the early game. I apparently didn't even save on this test file. I loaded up something without any relics at all. So I'll do kind of a demo. So if I do build momentum, and I face plan, it takes me like a little bit of time, but I can clear the room. Now if I jump, you can see that I was able to reach the end of the room without hitting the ground, so there's more mobility. It's more obvious when I jump, like how much further I could go. Case in point. Do I have Form of Mist? Oh, I still have that. Okay, which is like the equivalency, that's fair. Yeah, you could still do the same tech I was talking about before, where if you fall off a ledge with face plant, you auto reset. Or if you're sliding along the ground, you can tap the flight button. And we'll showcase the getting struck things. Let's do it with the hill, because this will be easier to see. So I'm just gonna dummy walk into this guy. You see I just tech there. I'm gonna lure him over here a bit more. I can fall upwards, and I was holding the flight button the whole time, which can result in me flying. So you can see, like, if you do it too early, you won't get the quick rise. So there's a little bit of a skill involved. But again, if you want to extend your iframes, or you want to make certain jumps, like, remember that one area in Coliseum? Oh, I don't think I have a Coliseum save file to show it off. But chat probably remembers that one Coliseum room where there's the skeletons, and they're guarding the 2 columns. That has been updated so that you're able to tech out of it. Hello, Calvisham. I'm sure you're happy that I'm talking about teching. If I get struck, I can just get out of it now. Of course, if you do it in the air, as I said before, do it while we're here. Oh, I barely don't outspeed. That sucks. Let's do it, like, here. I could float if I need to make the platform. So if you want to damage boost off of enemies for a little extra height, I mean, now it's technically possible. But yeah, just in general, you can tech out of getting hit now. Do it too early and you can't do it. It is a little hard to use them, not because of their motions, but because they're so small, and I might kill them with axe. You can see I could get out of it pretty quickly. If I do it too early, then I float up and then I can't cancel it. But hopefully you're doing well, Calvisham. You can see, like, you can kind of use it for exploring a bit faster. So you have 8 frames, but it's basically just one button tap if you want to think of it that way. How am I doing? I am very tired for sure. Yeah, we're showcasing the quick settings for Axe Armor so people could be on the same page. But just showcasing the teching, like, this is pretty good. If you want to get past the Axe Armor, you can do that to get past them. Difficult if you don't have momentum. But there I canceled it while going through. That way you lose almost no momentum. So I think it adds a bit more strategy to it for sure. Yeah, we were testing single hit weapons earlier, Calvisham, so no more double hit. I think it looks thoroughly fixed. So Dracula should take way longer for single hit weapons. Losing that double hit was actually kind of big. So in theory, it should take you 50% longer on Drac. I don't think it makes a big difference on certain bosses where you might not multi-hit them. Like Sloka Gaibon, you might not multi-hit them, for example. Or Doppel you'll never double hit. There's a couple bosses where it doesn't matter, but for the really big bosses, removing that I think was good. Not for when you have like a single hit weapon, no. So that's what I was saying before, like, I accidentally put the interval too low for single hit. So for big bosses like Dracula, you were double hitting when you should not have double hit. That was a bug. And I know it was double hitting because I was testing it before, and you can tell by the position of the damage numbers whether or not it's double striking. So, like, for example, at the peak of the axe is where the damage number should always be. If the damage number appears at the tip of the axe, it's double hitting. You could still stun lock. That was still kind of a thing before. Yeah, on the bigger bosses, like, you'd probably be able to stun lock, quote-unquote, this enemy because he's tall enough. But basically at the top of the axe and where the axe swings to, if both of those are in the boss, it was double hitting when it shouldn't have. So single hit got a big nerf by fixing a unintended bug. But I still nerfed its damage more. Oh, we're apparently in SotN territory, or Rondo. It's hard to tell, the song is shared between both games. Oh no, we're back in SotN. Yeah, no more double hits there for sure. I forgot to attack. Wonder if you could do this, actually, 1 second. Experimentation time. I want to kill this one and do this. Oh, you can do that. Okay. So that might be a cleaner entry into library now. I was thinking about that. You could fly up about the height of these two, so 1, 2. So I think that makes clearing the gaps in Coliseum easier with damage boosting. I did that without the tech, but if you want to do it with the tech, it should be a lot easier to damage cancel that. Yeah, I just wanted to verify that. I can also fly. Yeah, there we go. And you can fly to get in the doorway. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking that also worked. Okay, I'm happy that it's actually working as intended without being like super OP. That is kind of sick. Yeah, and then I can quick cancel that for more speed. Amazing. So yeah, you can make weird angles with it for sure. Unfortunately, we just do too much damage, so it's hard to test this with this specific character. Something like... Oh, you fall upwards at a crazy rate. Interesting. Wait, you could just build up enough speed to make that? I didn't know that. Huh. That is funny. Although if I fly like that, I have to make sure I land there. Yeah, it's all about where I get hit with them as to like where I go. I could do this just for boosting along the floor, which is fine. I mean, I could do the standard clips, that's fine. Can I do something like... Oh, I'm not gonna be able to. Book move too much. I wanted to do a mid-air one to see if I could get a launch up there. It might be possible. Unfortunately, our axe is just doing way too much damage. I might have to set my damage to 0 or something temporarily. Yeah, let's make this 0. I just want to see if you're able to do stuff you're not supposed to normally be able to do. There should be doing nothing. Yeah, okay, good. So you can do that for a little extra height. I wonder if people would be able to, for example... Nah, I need them, like, way in the air. Can you guys, like, come up here for a minute? No, you're too low. Higher. I think you can, but I think you might still need that, which might defeat the purpose. It is interesting. With that, you could kind of just immediately reorient afterwards if you've been holding it. So there is some strategy with Bat there. I have to kind of think about it a bit more. Love you could just kind of give yourself a weird boost. Yeah, I can't kill the first one, so I have to, like, murder this one. Let's say I did something like this. Wait, why was I doing full damage there? What? Oh, I was critting. I was wondering why I was doing so much damage. Crits are dumb in this game, I forgot about that. So even though my damage is set to 0, the game is like, oh yeah, you crit for like 80, don't worry about it. Stupid crits. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of interesting. You can use it to maybe boost up there, as I said before. But unfortunately, due to not having 0 luck, it is a little inconsistent. But hey, at least you got more recovery techniques. I think that works for the most part. I think I'm happy with that. Single hit weapons nerfed. Multi-hit weapons slightly buffed with the exception of 2-hit. 2-hit I think is technically nerfed. I think effectively it has the same strength value. Only if you somehow get to like some absurd total, like 45 or 50, will you even see a damage difference between what it was and what it is now. So 2-hit mostly the same. Kinda nice. I still think having the iframes from that is good. But if you just want to get more moment, like I guess if you're at low momentum, it's good to tech out of that. I did see, though, that if you do this thing to tech out of hits, you can die really fast, Calvisium, by the way. I tested it on Dracula. He got, like, every single hit back-to-back, just to showcase when he's doing, like, the head strike. It was brutal. It was on purpose, don't get me wrong. It was 100% on purpose, but it just goes to show if you irresponsibly tech, you will kill yourself. So, good luck with that. It's like, bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, because I, like, got hit by the head, then I hit the hand, then I hit the other head. It's funny. Like, there, I might have been able to get hit twice, depending on the timing of the Spearman. Oh, that one I naturally damage canceled. That's not what I wanted. Keep hitting the ledge. I need to, like... Yeah, there we go. So it shows, like, if you hit it too early, nothing happens. So if you mess up, there is a punishment, at least. I feel like that's kind of fair. We're showcasing the flight relics does this character have. Form a miss, nice. Let's see, with flight, held. Also, there's the rapid Sam we were talking about earlier. See, like, small damage differences. If I hold flight, you can see the background's not scrolling as quickly. So if you let go of the flight button and you rely off the short-term boost, you will go faster. However, flight is a guaranteed minimum speed, so it's just something you have to kind of eyeball to figure out which is the best. If I go in with, like, no momentum, for example, that doesn't really move me anywhere. But if I do this... Actually, that doesn't make a big difference either. Oh, I guess it doesn't make a difference there, then. Yeah, Kiki Feet has been nerfed, for sure. So you can see I'm moving pretty fast along the floor. With full relics, it's not too bad. I have, like, mostly the same speed. In the air, it's very quick, you can see, comparatively. Like, just look how much further I go with one aerial Kiki Feet compared to the grounded Kiki Feet. So, air Kiki Feet, still pretty good, slash faceplant. Grounded one, a little nerfed. Without relics, it's more noticeable. Hello, Warwick. Oh, my damage is... Oh, I put my damage to 0. I was wondering what was happening. You can see, like, I'm not going as far anymore. Wow, that aerial FaceTime was ridiculous. Faceplant time, I mean. I wonder if it memorized the variables. I'll have to make sure it cleans up if I do save states. That looked a bit much. Yeah, even without relics. Rise. I mean, allegedly I only have Spirit Orb, but... Yeah, that feels a little faster than normal. I think it remembered that I picked up the other relics. Unfortunate. But you could just barely get past work, as is. Oh, I think the game over music plays as I kill Axe Armor on purpose. Oh, no, this is the Nocturne song. Never mind. I forgot. Carrie. Although she's gonna DMCA me, so I'm gonna say no to listening to that song. Go back to Rondo, I guess. So I think for the most part, it feels a little smoother. Yeah, I think I remembered that I had one of the relics, so I think I have a flag called, like, Has Relic. I just need to make sure to reset that. Probably what happened there. Because technically I did have it at one point in the game, but, need to fix that. Oh, I guess we could try Death Skip at some point. Galvetian, were you thinking about anything that we should be able to do Death Skip on? Like, if I have Bat, do you want Bat to work? I think that's the only other, like, major thing, like, movement-wise, that I think people have requested. Unfortunately, my weapon damage is set to, like, 0, so let me go undo that. Just, like, wearing something randomly. Oh, I'm still overriding it. That's not good. Whatever. I'll close it down then. Close, close, close. Relaunch. So, like, is it even... Would it even be possible here? I'm gonna make a save state. Let's see, this one's at the zombie area. I'm gonna make a save state at the end of this corridor. Yeah, that's much better. But you can see, just in general, damage is way tuned down. I'm only doing 11 a swing on a double hit. There's my strategy to get through the warg. Shoot that fireball, get the kill. No damage boost needed. Let's make a safe state here. So, ideally, at some point, I could allow flight. Now, my question is, if you come in the room in a weird state, does it automatically make you rise up? Oh, I almost thought I triggered the death skip. That was funny. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, if I have bat, well, I don't think you'd be able to make the gap. Because the problem is that the ceiling is really low there. I mean, I could tie it to, like, if you have Power of Wolf and Bat, or Bat, you could maybe maintain momentum there. But the problem, as I said before, is going to be there's the gap in the floor and a low ceiling. So being able to go up like this... Unless I just remove the fact that he could fall altogether, that would technically fix it. But would that soft lock you in other cutscenes? I feel like it would. Yeah, you have to be able to fall at some point. I mean, I could put like a safety measure in there. But I don't think it's possible to make this gap as is. Also, it's kind of hard to maintain momentum with the screen transition. Yeah, see that? Like, I don't make the gap without being able to jump. Like, if you jump, it's possible to make it. Or if you come from here, maybe it's possible. I guess if you have that mist boost, it would work. It would still be free, though, as long as you built momentum. Because that's all you really need. You need to just go, like, up, like, literally maybe that tall. So I think it is possible, Calvatium. It just depends on whether or not you want to see it in the game at this point. So you probably run it most out of the people that have tested it. So that automatically gives you that jump. Actually, Soul of Wolf also automatically gives you that jump, so I don't even have to do anything special for that. But it would still be pretty much free. I mean, as long as you build momentum. If you build no momentum, I don't think you can make that. But it is what it is. I'm not sure how the cutscene would behave. Oh, there's bats, speaking of that. Yeah, you just need to do something like this. And that would make it in. Yeah, like, that was pretty easy. I mean, you can still fall, obviously, if you're not holding the button, but it would look like that, I think, with the skip. And if you have no momentum, that happens. You just get wrecked. Yeah. It's doable. Now, the thing is if you fall off the platform, I think that'll still lock you in the cutscene. You increase the axe knockback on damage to maybe simulate a big toss. Technically, but I already do that with momentum. right? Like, you go further if you have momentum built. Would you really want it more than where it flings you currently? It flings you like a whole 3 rooms already. Like Galamoth, I literally cleared the whole boss room. Oh, I went through without getting hit. Yeah, there's the iframes I was talking about before. There's like weird pseudo iframes. Like when you do a swipe, I don't know why. Like sometimes you can just go through them without taking damage. And it's not the speed at which you do it either, because it was really consistent on Stone Rose. Like once you find the timing, it just happens every time. I have a good enemy though to do this on. We've also seen janky hitboxes with Medusa, so Medusa is also kind of a hard thing to test on. Do I have anything where I'm at an enemy? No, not really. That's a shame. Like, I can probably simulate... specifically for, like, Slam in Mayhem, but that requires me... We'll be doing that eventually anyway. Like, if you get hit by the Slam command, I could just make it so, like, your momentum is, like... insanely high if you're thinking about just for the slam command, but just for high damage taken, maybe it would definitely break the game. I think you would clip through the wall. Oh yeah, that is that's the full speed face plant. I can definitely see when I have all the relics. Quite silly. Oh, that slingshot though, that was sick. Wait a minute. You can do this? I didn't know that was still possible. Oh, that is interesting. I guess if you're really willing to burn all your MP, do this. Wow, that is unfair. I'm not holding a direction button, by the way, chat. Huh. Yeah, see, if I don't do... Huh. I don't know. I might leave that in there. Does that work with the other button? Kind of? Yeah, like, kind of. The downside to doing it this way is, now that I added the tech, you could really mess yourself up. So you still gotta hold a direction, but I guess that means you could do stuff like this? Huh. I didn't really think about playing the game like that until just now. I mean, I think I'm okay with this one. Kinda sick. Yeah, I'll leave this in for flight. I didn't realize the faceplant one worked, though. I don't know if I like that one. Because normally you just faceplant repeatedly. Most people don't burn all their MP. Huh. Yeah, the faceplant one is definitely faster. Because I think you lose a little bit of speed from using flight, which makes sense, because normally that decreases your speed. You're not, like, quite at max speed, but you're pretty close. Whereas faceplant, as you can see, that makes you go really fast. Huh. I was gonna say new castle strat. Again, I'm not holding a direction, just so you're clear. I'm holding, Wolf while mashing faceplant in time with my square presses. Like, I don't have to do it that fast even. And I get really consistent momentum. And obviously if I get hit, I can just tap R1. Huh. Wow, that is really consistent. God, I'm not even losing speed. Wow, that's crazy. Now my question is, if I have no relics, does that work the same way? Oh! I think I just learned new tech today, chat. I might leave it in the game. I just wish there weren't so many zombies. Might just get like a word room to test this on. Yeah, like see how normally there's a little bit of a gap after I do the attack? Like that was the intended. I'll have enough to kill. Oh wait, no, this one should have them all killed, right? Yeah, see how there's like a gap when I do it? This is relicless. Yeah, see, I don't think that works relicless. Huh. Oh wait, no. What's this? What's the secret to getting this to work without relics? Oh. Oh, that's weird. That feels really weird, relicless. You have to, like... Yeah, like, see, I'm holding R1 here and it's not working, and I'm mashing R1 here and it's not working. This is probably why I never found it while testing. So it's like, you have to hold up in R1 and then do it. And then it puts you in the auto slide. That's such a weird input to make it work. But you can see, this is much faster. Yeah, why is it that up in R1 causes that to happen? I'll try it again without it. You have little pauses there. Yeah, up in R1 does that. Interesting. I mean, that's like new movement tech. It looks really nice when it's smooth. But hey, maybe the bat button will get more use. Chan, I just wasn't playing the game right. Now, the downside, of course, is it makes your jumps terrible. You can see, like, I'm instantly falling. But for long hallways... I mean, every time I swing, it's like getting a full faceplant. Because normally, as I said before, you have like little moments where you stop. So it is like more efficient to do this. Actually, wait a minute. Does it just hold up in R1 at any point once you have momentum? Yeah, it's up in R1 at any point. Interesting. Yeah, that's much smoother. Then I'm not mashing any buttons. And I feel like this one's also a good trade-off, as I said before, because you can't jump. It's useful when you're going backwards, for example, and you need to fall somewhere, then you just jump. But then you gotta let go of R1 if you don't have bat. If you have bat, then you don't need to do what I'm doing here. So there, you know, then it's kind of free. But without bat, you can't make this jump by holding R1 and up. Like, you'll just fall. Like there, I couldn't jump out of that. But obviously, if you're going downwards, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to decide how much I want to support that. The faceplant one kind of surprises me. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but since I nerfed faceplant, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. I'll leave that one in there. Yeah, see, like, that's... Okay, now you're seeing what the normal nerfed faceplant looks like. You can see how much less far I go. Yeah, faceplant got a big nerf. You could just barely clear the ward currently. So it'll grow more powerful with this relic. So that way Miss Relics have more of an impact on the gameplay. So you can see even there, even with the double hit, I was only single hitting there. Interesting. I wonder why up causes it to behave differently. Is it actually... Am I actually gliding in this state? It doesn't look like I am, because it's not using my MP. Weird. I mean, it is useful. I said before, anytime you don't really lose speed, those are pretty smooth. I'm letting go of the direction button again. Yeah, oh, yeah, there you go. So that, you can do it that way. Wow, look how far I was flying when I died. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, we already have, like, big toss implemented with momentum there, but we'll do it for slam for sure, something similar. I just think for normal gameplay, I don't know, if it's predictable, I feel like you would do a lot of really goofy, either clipping through things or out of bounds. But if it's random, it'd be mostly fine, because I could put it at a set speed. Oh man, yeah, it's like you don't lose momentum when you're dead. We saw. Actually, did we see the buff knife damage? I don't think we did. This is knife with damage. That does 27 a hit. Keep in mind, Galamont does a quarter damage, so that would be dealing 108 damage normally. Let's compare it to just a few different weapons. So if you time it really well, the axe still does a lot of damage. So it does only 18 a hit normally. Or if it hits a weak part, it does a little more, I suppose. That's not too bad. Normally that would be dealing 80 versus 108. The dagger, if it's just one hit from the axe, the dagger outshines it. So again, good for hallway clear. It's still not, like, fantastic. So I'll think about it. But I do think it needed those small buffs for sure. Make dagger a little more worthwhile. But axe still super, super good. It's too strong, chat. Bonk. Let's get bonked, chat. Rest in peace, us. Oh, I was just making sure I couldn't throw axes during my death animation. Okay, so that seems to be mostly working. I think I just gotta clean up the UI a little bit for the quick menu. We were gonna look into the bug of... It's weird because, like, Rebound Stone works, but why doesn't Axe work? That's where I'm confused. I'm gonna go look at the code again. The Axe is damage type A, 192, hit is 0. So why does Rebound Stone work, but Axe doesn't? Weird. Unless it is doing stone damage, but no, it can't be because it was doing damage to... Unless Dracula doesn't have immunity to stone. And that might also explain some things. I thought he was, but this game resistances don't make a lot of sense sometimes. I know he's immune to poison. Oh, he's actually not immune to stone. Who is resistant to stone? The Medusa heads, I think? Gotta change our value here. We'll get hit a couple times, it's fine. Okay, that's the ashes. We'll test that later. So, does this do stone damage or hit? Let's find out. No, it does hit. Oh, my brain hurts, chat. Why is it inconsistent? So I didn't code them differently. No. So apparently you can't do hit poison. You could do hit stone though. Shrug your shoulders, chat. They're literally the same. I could screenshot it if you really want me to, but they're the same, but they don't behave the same way. Oh, SotN. when you test a handful of weapons and you're like, this one definitely works, and then you do the same thing, but you just change one damage type and it's like, nope, I'm not gonna work. So the problem we're facing is that even though we have damage type B is 0, which we do with Rebound Stone, by the way, just by the way, so Rebound Stone should be doing hit/stone. It's hard to test the subtype of stone, so that one could be working incorrectly. But more importantly, Rebound Stone does hit damage, and that seems to be working properly. But where it has a value of 2, 0 for stone, hit, doing the same thing with poison, 192, 0, doesn't work. I'm just throwing my hands in the air, chat. I don't understand. So what other damage type could we give Axe as like a secondary, or can I not do that? I mean, I guess I could give it like hit curse or something. Would that work? If I make poison curse, does that just randomly work? Now I'm curious, chat. Like, what damage type is it gonna do? Now, I'm also trying to think, what enemies are immune to curse other than Akmadon? Are there literally any other characters other than Akmadon that are immune to curse? Because Dracula isn't, fun fact. And I don't think Shaft is either. Though I don't really have easy bosses to go to. Do I have like an Akmadon save anywhere? Oh, I don't think I have one anymore. I mean, I could still test this on Dracula, maybe. Or actually, Galamoth is also good. I just want to see what color his hitbox is. Let's boot things up again. Again, it's just... I don't know how to explain it. Like, sometimes it works when you do dual elements, sometimes it doesn't. You just gotta shrug and just go SotN things every time. Give ourselves Axe. So if he flashes kind of a poisony looking color, that'll be Curse. I don't want to see that color. See, that's hit. Hit is rainbow. Hit is very obvious if you're doing hit damage or not. You just deal the rainbow, chat. So that works. You can see that's either curse or poison. They look very similar, so it's a little hard for me to tell sometimes, but it's one of the above, chat. And you see, this one also does diamond damage. All the rainbows. I'll call it prism damage, actually. That might be more accurate. Oh. I guess if I want more iframes, I can also do that to extend my iframes. I didn't really think about it that way as well. Kind of useful. Why does Medusa Shield do that damage? Is that the right damage type? Do I have a Medusa Shield here? I don't. The damage type looked a little suspect, chat. Give me 1 second. Curse is 1. Curse is 1. That I know for sure. I'm gonna update the notes just to say I'm gonna make it hit curse. I wanted poison for poison axes, but if it just doesn't work, I mean, there's really not much I could do about that. It's more useful for mods. This won't do anything from like the axe armor standpoint, if chat is curious. It'll behave exactly how it's always been. So dagger's the only thing that got kind of like a significant change. I guess I'll cut these down. So we'll go from hit poison to hit curse, because that's a bug. Sub-weapon, ashes. I think was allegedly not doing poison damage, which to me is really confusing. Does poison only work if it's in the type A? Is that why that doesn't work? So fun fact, as I said before, there are certain damage types that even though I assign it to kind of like an A-B thing, that sometimes they just literally don't work. Which is kind of annoying. I mean, I can make the other thing dark poison, but it would be significantly worse than vanilla if I do that. I don't think anybody would pick up the ashes then if it was this subtype of damage. Which is a shame, because a lot of things are actually not poison resistant. At least compared to dark. There's a lot more that deals with dark than poison, so poison would have been the more favorable one. So we're gonna launch again and fight Dracula and see... He should heal off of this in theory. Dracula doesn't have any weaknesses, so we can't exploit the fact that the damage types would be split in a favorable way, unfortunately. So I might have to rethink the ashes briefly. Speaking of which was the command for ashes? Eight? It was 8. Okay, that was a great guess, chat. Fantastic guess. We'll go back to my real save files. Go ahead and launch everything, and we should be good to go. So far I haven't seen the game crash or do anything weird since we've been streaming, even with the save stating. So I think I did put in a lot of safety precautions. And one thing I want to fix is this. Yeah, see, I did that on Sunday. I was really not happy. So I have to figure out a way to stop this exact scenario from happening. So I can't do anything, chat. I'm stuck here unless I reset. Oh, wait. I can menu? Why can I menu? Is it possible to get out of this state? I mean, he's ha-ha-haing, but there's not much I can do about that. Yeah, gotta fine-tune it a bit more. I might just ban momentum in this room. I don't think there's like a cleaner way to do this. If you just like fly through here, I think the problem is that you could click through the elevator on the side. Like, see how I like touched it but didn't activate it? Like, without momentum, there's no problems there. I don't know. I might have to make a big ol' wide square of where you could go with momentum. So I really don't want to soft lock like I did last time. Let's see. I'm gonna change the sub-weapon count. Let's freeze this. Or fine, it doesn't want to do that, we'll poke it. That is not the right value. That is the right value. Curiosity. How much damage does this do to him? Wow, Axe is so good, chat. Oh, I don't even have to melee him at all. I love Axe. Look at that. Godlike. Yeah, I was like, man, sub-weapon's so good, chat. Doesn't even matter. What was I holding in my main hand? Who cares? Didn't even use it. Not needed. So I think, honestly, if you wear double shields and you have an axe sub-weapon, I think it is viable to just not attack at all. Just live off the int bonus. It's so good, chat. Especially if you have a heart refresh, too. Be like, I don't need anything else. So does he absorb this damage? No. I'm doing green damage. Green is, triple hitting. Oh, that's Iron Fist. Okay, well, okay, that checks out. I should triple hit with Iron Fist. That checks out. So... Alright, so SotN is doing SotN things, chat. I put in the values for Dark and Poison, and I think it gave me Holy? Or Fire. No, it's not Fire. It has to be Holy. What a weird game, chat. Love our dismembered body going through the floor. So, let's go back and verify. Yeah, it's set to Dark Poison, and it did Holy. Chat, I'm allowed to shrug at that, right? Like, how is it determining my damage type? I don't understand. Actually, you know one that I haven't tested? Go back to that save file. How's a Goonie? I don't think we've seen that weapon at all in any of our runs. Is that one also buggy? This one should be Fire Thunder, which should be a legit combo. SotN logic, I mean, you're not wrong. I just like, you would think it would be as simple as just like, you choose damage type A, you choose damage type B, and they work together. But we just saw that that doesn't work for some of them, not all of them. Like, we could do hit and stone, hit and curse, but we can't do hit and poison. Why? Who knows? Just shrug, chat. It doesn't make any sense. So this one should be doing Thunder Fire, I think, so he should resist this. He's flashing yellow for Thunder, which is good, but he still seems to be taking full damage. Or does he not? Oh, he might not have elemental resistance. Maybe it's just Drac. Either way, Drac should resist both subtypes of damage here. Yeah, also, I think if you get the Heart Brooch, I think going double shield would be good, because instead of Axis costing 8 a toss, it's only 4. So I think you would legit kill Dracula before you ran out. So you can see our heart regen rate isn't terrible. I have more than enough for testing purposes. We're gonna wait for him to get lower and then see how much damage we do per axe. I mean, he's flashing yellow, but we're doing an insane amount of damage to him. Interesting. Might change the weapon's subtype. Let's just compare how much damage that does. That did the same amount of damage? What? Chat, wait, what? Am I learning something about Dracula I didn't know? Why is he not... He should have fire and thunder resistance. How is he not taking more damage? Or how is he taking less damage? So, Dagger I don't think has any unfavorable damage types, to my knowledge, associated with it. I'm questioning life right now. It only does cut damage. Right? That makes sense. So it should be doing normal damage to him. Yet when I just used something that made him flash yellow, which is clearly thunder, he... unless it was the 1 in 8. Hold on, it might have been the 1 in 8. Because I was like, there's no way. There's no way they should have dealt the same damage. Maybe we got 1 in 8, chan. So I'm like, otherwise, I'm like, everything I know about SotN is a lie. Because he's resistant to both damage types, and yet he took the same damage. But let's try this again. No, he's doing more damage. SotN, what are you doing? How is he taking full damage from Thunder? I feel like I've been lied to, chat. But he should be resisting that. Do I have anything that does fire damage on this character that I could compare? Do I have Thunderbrand? I mean, clearly that looks like full damage. SotN's doing all the goofiness today. Do I have anything else? I don't have really good damage ranges here. I have dark damage. Chat. I feel so confused right now. Why does it not do the right damage? He's on his castle patching the game as you test stuff. I mean, you all saw it. That was the yellow flash. I'm not hallucinating. Like, that was thunder, but it didn't do thunder resistance. Are there other secrets about damage type I don't know? Is a Goonie secretly the most broken sub-weapon right now because it just does thunder damage? Tell me at least the guard here resists it, right? Yes, no, he should have elemental resist. That feels like full damage again. Here, axe. Do I have a elemental resistant ignoring weapon? What is happening? Yeah, see, that did water and cut, or water and holy. So that'll go through. So a Goonie is also straight up just ignoring resistance. This does curse damage, which is fine. He doesn't have a resistance to that. So SotN is just doing whatever it wants today, chat. Yeah, look how little damage that is doing to him comparatively. Oh wow, the Bible's murdered that one enemy. Rest in peace. Although that's a slightly different color yellow. It's kind of like yellow and green simultaneously. I guess that one's holy. Yeah, there's the Bible glitch. You could technically get the axe to wrap around. I think that's kind of neat. I'm leaving it in there. I'm not patching that out. I think that's cool. So yeah, stopwatch should do nothing to him, right? If I go through. What? Why is it doing curse damage? Something weird is happening. I'm very confused. We just saw that it did ice damage earlier. I didn't change anything to this. This should be doing ice damage. It's clearly not doing ice damage. I made the joke earlier about like time stop is like freeze, so that's why I gave it ice element. Is it just like not updating the damage types properly or something? Yeah, like there it updated. I have so many questions, Sean. So curse is fine. That cross definitely works. Bible looked like it was working because it got a different color. Stopwatch. Try one more time. Oh, are they just getting hit by Kiki Feet? Is that why they're flashing that color? That makes a bit more sense, actually. Couldn't tell. That could have been it. It could have just been Kiki Feet. But that didn't explain the other damage from the axe, which we clearly saw was not behaving that way. Yeah, so he should flash blue, because we gave it ice water. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, I think it's just because we were hitting him with Kiki Feet. It was confusing. Yeah, that's fine. But we have a damage-ignoring Aguni. Like, does anything even resist that? Like, what else? Like, other than creature, is there anything that absorbs thunder that we could test? Like, I could probably go from here back to creature. Because now I'm curious, does Aguni work on him currently? I have to rethink life. That's true. I'm gonna do the no flight held button technique. It's fine. I'll hold flight just for the redirect. I got stuck on the table. That is a very questionable hitbox placement, but we'll take it. Gonna fly a little bit there. Hello, boosted flight. That helped a little bit. This is all right. Going up. Goodbye, all my momentum. Man, I can make another save state here. Probably save state on the end if I'm really not sure what it is. I don't think I'm using the last one. Did I fight creature or not? I did. That's not the end of the world. I can respawn him.
It's probably the vengeful spirits of those who fought and died here looking for glory.
Thank you, Magilu. So we're gonna go ahead and save this, and if he takes damage from this, I will have to spend a lot of time figuring out why damage types in this game are so whack. Because that honestly makes no sense. So it should be doing Thunder Fire. He's not weak to fire, to my knowledge. And because I put Thunder as the main element, he should be immune, even if he is Fire weak. So if this damages him, I have no idea what damage type this is doing. What? Aguni? Aguni? Are you telling me it does thunder damage, but it ignores thunder weakness? That's possible? So anyway, Aguni is the most overpowered weapon in the game currently. Well, apparently it has no weakness, chat. It's too powerful.
This one is special.
This one is special. I'm gonna look at Thunderbrand. I'm gonna read out the values to you so you understand why I'm confused. Thunderbrand's damage is 64-64. The reason it's 64-64 is that its Cut and Thunder share the same attribute. I don't know why. I don't know why they made Cut and Thunder the same value. So it looks like it's somehow taking its maybe it doesn't work on things that are weak to thunder. I mean, I could always test that, right? To see if it still takes the thunder resistance. It could be using the thunder graphic, but it could be dealing cut damage because SotN is jank. But let's not rule that out immediately. Let's check. If the fish takes more damage than everything else, I'm gonna be very upset, because then I found a way to ignore damage immunity in this game unintentionally. They're being echoey and weird. You might hear my audio from it, that's probably why. I'll have to fix that later. For me, I only heard it once, but it could be double recording. I think what happened is I left this on from last time. My bad, chat. I'm gonna disable it. It should be good going forward. I think we were racing on Sunday, and I just never changed that over. So does this do more damage? Question. 33. How much does... We have a baseline.
This is the Reaper's power.
The Reaper's power, indeed. That is so broken. I somehow made a Goonie do thunder damage, but it ignores immunity. That's crazy. I didn't think you could do that. Well, yeah, a Goonie is apparently the most broken sub-weapon in the game. Did you know that, chat? I didn't think it was possible for it to do thunder damage. And still not get resisted or immune. In fact, it's so powerful, it still did neutral damage on Dracula, and it did neutral damage on Creature, but it clearly did double damage on the fish. Unless the fish are also fire weak. I'm not actually sure offhand. Let's see, Merman, SotN. I would imagine they're weak to thunder over fire, but probably verify. Oh, they're weak to fire and thunder. It could be hitting the fire weakness. It could be doing cut fire, which is still unbelievably powerful. Could you imagine if I had this attribute on the axe? Axe would just, like, legit be the most broken sub-weapon in the game. We can't leave it like this. This is way too powerful. So I think it's doing cut fire. So apparently, cut can be put in multiple... The brain, chat. It can't handle this. It's like... I'm just like, I mean, I guess if I'm really not sure what to do... I mean, I'll make a note to myself. You know, that apparently you could just make ridiculous weapons like this. I mean, we all saw that it was using the thunder graphic, but clearly it was not doing the thunder damage type. So maybe a Goonie might have to be thunder cut for now. If I want to give it 2 elements, which is like close enough to where it was before. Nothing is really weak to cut in the vanilla game, so this should have no impact at all in normal gameplay. Again, it's more useful for ROMs. Also, dark damage was not behaving correctly. Hold on. I didn't verify that again. I mean, I could do, like, Dark Curse. That one's pretty safe. Or Dark Stone. Just something simple. Yeah, somehow Poison and Dark equaled Holy, which made no sense to me. I mean, I would have preferred more ways to deal poison damage, for sure. Not from the standpoint of normal gameplay, but like from a ROM standpoint. To kind of diversify. Like, I have water poison. I was gonna do poison dark. Clearly that's not working. So if I do this... Okay, I'm gonna export it again one more time. Yeah, I somehow found a magical combination, chat. Let's get into the Dracula fight one more time. So yeah, I mean, like, it's not that I didn't test some of the damage types, it's just that we had some clearly very visually conflicting damage. So I'm glad we tested it on more things so we could catch that bug while it's there. Curse is Curse. It seems okay in the vanilla gameplay. Hit seems to be working, Rebound Stone is working, Dagger was working, because that does cut. Yeah, very strange stuff, chat. Very strange. Fools, we'll do another cut. I guess this is fine. We'll load it up again. I mean, I did just change a Goonie, so we could test that while we're here. Let's freeze our heart count. Or it's not gonna work, even though I booted it up fresh. Thanks, game. We'll poke the sub-weapon to... Axe, I think, was working. We'll go through quickly with Axe, and we'll test on Dracula. Yeah, that right there, see? I wanna prevent that in the future, Chad. So it is still possible to do. Yeah, I'll make the no flight zone detection box bigger. I think I'm gonna have to make it bigger than the elevator to stop it from doing that. So yeah, I got a little homework to do later, I suppose. But removing that soft lock would be key. We can test out a Goonie. I could just give myself like 255 here. This is fine. Oh, it's only one bite. I'll give myself 99 then. I remember if Shaft resists the element, but we'll find out. 43 compared to what? I am so confused. I've given him literally the same thing that Thunderbrand has. And I know Thunderbrand works as intended because I copied those values verbatim. Is Thunder Damage just broken on sub-weapons? Does it just not behave properly? Like, has a Goonie always dealt full damage, but nobody could tell because it's normally such like a garbage way to hit the boss? I'm really curious now. I must know later, chat. I have to know. I don't even know what to say to that. It's literally Thunder Thunder. It still didn't work. Okay. Where's the other weapon I can test? I think it was this one. Not enough hearts. That's better. This should be doing dark in theory, right? That's what I left it at. I could just make... Oh, no, it should be doing poison. She should be immune to, but not absorb it. Yeah, okay. So that one's now working as intended. So poison, I guess, doesn't like to be mixed with other things, which is interesting. So that's fine. Poison's a better damage type than dark. And you can get dark shields, and there's a couple dark swords. I don't feel too bad if we lose dark as a subtype, honestly. Yeah, Goonie is just monstrous. I don't even know what to say. Like, it just doesn't do what you think it should do. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's working. It's working now. Okay, we're good. I guess Shaft doesn't have the elemental resist. Okay, we fixed a Goonie, chat. Alright, we're good. Okay. I feel better. I thought Chapped also had that, but it was just mistaken memory. So that is looking okay to me then. We had a couple things that deal Curse as an alternative. I do feel like I should give Dark something else if we're gonna get rid of it altogether. That's like, I kind of want to make Dark on like Holy Water or a cross. That way it's like the unholy cross. Yeah, let's go with that theme. I think that's okay. It already does curse damage. So I could just swap that over to Dark. Again, it's not going to make any difference because it does curse damage normally. That way I don't lose that Dark subtype, which is what I'm looking to do. Mostly for, as I said before, mostly for the mods, because people add resistances to them. So it being able to cover more things is good. So Curse Dark. Makes sense. Holy Water does Water Holy. I felt like that one was self-explanatory. Now we just straight up have Poison. So with Poison like that, it actually does null damage, because it definitely doesn't do hit. Interesting stuff, Jan. So we're gonna do one more build and we'll test the cross out. Real Silo says, Holy Water dealing Water Holy, noted. Yeah, surprisingly, nothing in the game lets you do water damage normally. So I thought it would be kind of neat if we brought that damage type back into the game. Normally it does Holy Fire, which is really overpowered. That's probably the best combinations of things you could get in the game, because almost nothing really resists Holy. And then things that are weak to Holy also tend to be weak to Fire. And then things that are neutral to Holy also happen to be weak to Fire. So it works on basically every enemy in the game. I am struggling to think offhand what would even resist that other than Angels and Richter. I think that's it. And you don't want to kill Richter with it anyway, so it's probably for the best. Thank you, Tron. Hope you're doing well. We're just fixing some damage types on the sub-weapons while listening to different Castlevania soundtracks. So I think everything is now fixed, which is good. So maybe we'll try out a very brief journey to see how, like, maybe the first 30 to 40 minutes of a seed feel for Axe Armor. I don't have too much time left to stream today, unfortunately. But I think we made a lot of progress. We got to showcase all the mechanics. So chat wants to generate a seed. We could probably do that. Otherwise, I'll just play the whatever was loaded last, which is probably the nonsense bat seed. Third castle. I'll just call it quick test, it's fine. Generate a seed, Chan. I think we're good. I don't think I'm gonna retest what I just made, actually. Let's just do a seed. See how we feel about it. Kind of bobbing along to the music as it loads. Oh, loaded already, nice. That wasn't too long. So all I'm doing now, I'm just replacing the track with the updated file. And I think we're good to go. I'm just gonna call a quick test. Apparently we're starting with Whole Bean Dagger. I guess I could see how triple hit damage feels. It should feel pretty good. Our equipment is kind of terrible other than that, so I don't think I'm gonna be too sad that we don't go further. You know what, just for you, chat, we'll listen to original SotN for like a good 30 minutes of a run. I at least want to get up to Gaibon. I'm gonna pause Castlevania 3 soundtrack and let's go ahead and boot up the game. So we're just going to test out Axe Armor. So we have Teching when we're struck, so we can quick rise out of the hit animation. Downsides being you have to time it, so if you do it too early, you just end up extending your invulnerability, which could be a plus thing if you're trying to get through a doorway. Or, if you do that and it succeeds, it does cut your iframes down significantly. But then again, you get to attack faster, so I'll think about it. I think for the moment it feels properly balanced, but we'll see how I feel later about it. I'm gonna say I'm not awake enough to do the Richter setup. I'll do like a really sloppy setup, chat. It's fine. Let's go ahead and boot up Mayhem. Nice. For Red Richter. He's not in the position I'm expecting. I'm not sure what this will do. Yeah, he's in kind of a weird position. I don't think this will work. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Fun though. Ideally, if he had spawned more in the center, I could have killed him with the Holy Water stack. But since I recognized he's a little too far to the right, I'm not gonna hit him with the Holy Water. I didn't bother going for my normal setup there. If I had been slightly earlier on the Hydro Storm, I probably could have gotten good stacks. But I was thinking, nah, it's not gonna work. Again, he's too far to the right. Which is a shame. I want him to spawn dead center, ideally. Because then he'll die really quickly. Oh, we're Barney colors today. Hello. Bonk. Tech out of that, tech out of that, tech out of that. Death real quick. Goodbye, our color. I forgot to press jump there. That was a user error. I feel like I'm not double hitting with... Oh, because I don't have double hit anymore. Duh. Well, I mean, I guess that's good. I'm not double hitting. Yeah, I gotta swing twice. How does it feel with one weapon in our hand? Power increases with gameplay? I think this actually will make me do less damage, funny enough. Because it has an attack of literally 0. That is so sad, Chan. I legitimately think we're doing less damage, because it's a 0 attack weapon. Yes, yes it is. Okay, so that weapon is still useless. I can't help us on that one. Power increases with gameplay. Literally better to go unarmed. So I'm not seeing double hits there, so that seems to be working. Oops. I jumped there. Eek. secret boots. You know what's funny about that? I could actually make secret boots do something. Hold on, John. I'm gonna make a note. Secret boots. Raise hitbox. I could do it. I know where his hitbox is. I could troll players, that way you just get hit more easily. So far seems okay. Unfortunately, as I said before, it looked like our starting equipment was a little suspect. Go ahead and boost through here. That was a nice clean kill. I'm not gonna wait for the health up, we'll be fine. Okay, we're barely doing enough damage to one shot. Yeah, we can't kill them anymore. So, as you can see, the single hit weapons have been nerfed. It's no longer guaranteed you kill the bloody zombies there. That feels a lot better. From a balancing perspective, it definitely was too strong before. So I think we've kind of course corrected our damage. Although because I have Fist, I'm dealing double damage to the axe armor, which is kind of nice. It feels a little more fair. I'll get tech out of that. I didn't see what the relic was. Oh, it was Fairy Scroll. I saw it was a relic, but as I said before, I don't have like good visual confirmation. Like I saw flashy glowy stuff, but my brain didn't go, was it green, was it blue? It just went, no, pretty shiny. It just went over and collected it. Oops. Looking at chat on that one. There, I don't have to wait for the stairs there. A little jump there. Pretty shiny normal and randomizer enjoyer. You're not wrong. Definitely not wrong on that one. No, I'm just feeling how the momentum feels because I nerfed face plan. We got whole beam dagger back immediately. Nice. Well, that's decent damage. Dare I just go to caverns right now? I don't really have any items. I mean, at minimum, I should check what these are. Yeah, let's do caverns. I don't have money anyway, so I don't really care about going to the library. If that had been a diamond in there, I would have gone to the library for sure. Oops. Actually use teching. I guess if this is still open, I can take it. You know what? We'll go up here because I'm able to. Fine. More chances for money if I really want it later. I mean, what are the odds library's progression? Not as good as going to caverns where I can make every check right now except for Spike Breaker. I mean, technically I have 2 checks in library I can make with axe armor even with no relics, but... Was that a Chrysogram? Oh my gosh. Well, rewarded for going out of logic. Love to see it, chat. Love to see it. Out of curiosity, what was the relic that was up here? I mean, I can check that for free. Game, please. So sorry, Spectral Sword. I found random Chrysogram. It's over. Extended jump there. Oh, Vlad relic? Okay, don't mind if I do, right, chat? Oh, speaking of which... Oh, I didn't make the jump properly. There we go. I want to see if I could do this now. Oh, almost. Almost. Though, it is, like, the right height. I don't have enough health to test that again. But when you get struck, now that you can fly upwards slightly... I'm gonna heal, actually, because that was a lot of damage. Where was I saying? I was saying before, when you get struck, you can tech, which will make you go up slightly. I think that does help with the columns. I just completely mistimed it. So I think overall that's a good mechanic that we introduced. Unless this was a life up. Okay, I wasn't sure. Sometimes it is, sometimes it is. Let's see how fast we kill Minotaur with Chrysogrim. Very fast is the answer. Wow. Oh, thank you, Chrysogrim. You're the best. I don't know about you, Chad. That was pretty convincing. Honestly, I didn't even need to heal. They only got one hit on me. They didn't do as much as I thought. We'll touch that slightly. Oh, my axe armor tips didn't show up. That was interesting. Is it because I loaded it so many times? Second. Or do I just have them off in general? I have them off in general. That's a my bad. I was expecting it to tell me what the thing did. I guess since I'm here... let's keep going. I don't have flight, but I can at least take this warp, so it's easier to come back here later. So really no downside to getting that, honestly. I think we have enough time to do out of logic succubus, maybe? There we go, right at the tail end of the tech. I love that I can also delay it, so if I want to do it early, I can, but if I want to wait and get that invulnerability... oh, nice. I don't know why I went this way, but since we went this way, I might as well heal. I'll chalk that up to, like, literally not being awake at all. That's what happens when you have work at 6:30 on a Friday, as in, like, 6:30 a.m. Your brain is still recovering the next day. I mean, at least we got dynamite out of it. I can test that later. So that's fine. I'm not looking to complete the seed anyway. I just wanted to fight a boss. Yeah, unfortunately I also have work tomorrow, chat, so no stream tomorrow. I have extra work. Alucard shield. Do I really want to do this without a safety save when I'm already really tired? I feel like the answer is no. I think we're gonna make a safety save, chat. I mean, this is doable without any relics. It's just tough. This is like one of the only tricks I will save before consistently. So normally, you are not able to reach Succubus, right? Because I don't have Flight. My only relics are Spirit Orb, Jewel of Open, Ring of Vlad. But if I build a little momentum here... there we go. It's really scary. It is really easy to miss that on the way down. But we got it in one try, that's all that matters. Come on, we got it. Barnet, strength. Oh, Mana Prism. Karma Coin. Oh, I could test out Karma Coin, actually. TNT and Dynamite, interesting. So I could do a lot of overall damage here. Yeah, let's put on the Dynamite and then we'll try the Karma Coin. I'm just curious how much damage this will do to Succubus. Since we have not really done any consumable weapons with the Axe Armor. So I want to see how much raw damage this does, but I can't attack right away. That is the trick. Don't attack right away. 101? Wow, that was amazing. Enough of that. So, pretty strong, chat. That was pretty strong, considering I think it was triple hitting. Pretty good. Thank you, 2Dog. Always appreciate stopping by. Things have been okay. We learned new things about SotN, like damage types just do whatever they want, apparently. And we fixed stuff according to that. As well as Fast Fall. Yeah, let's click through there, it's fine. I don't think I ever picked up Merman statue at any point, which is a shame. How did that not... Did I miss it by like 4 health? I think it did. That's a shame. I think it has like literally 100, because I did like 96 to it, chat. Like, come on, really? Okay, solo collectible I could get for money. Life Apple, don't really care about that. Oh, I don't have enough MP for Scylla. This is gonna be interesting, chat. Is she gonna get to play? Are we gonna see Scylla do things? No, never mind. Sorry, chat, I got your hopes up. I almost had to fight Scylla, almost. Holy symbol, not ideal. I'm so sorry, Scylla, you're not a real boss. Listen, even with my nerf damage, you still die instantly. I can't help you. It's Scylla, of course not. Yeah, I'm like, I think one time, just one time during playtesting did we see her do anything before she died. I always bonk into the wolf heads, but those are technically not her. Is that another Chrysogram? Oh no, it's a pill, never mind. I got excited for a second. You know what, if we find random duplicator at the bridge, I might as well go pick that up. Okay, I can feel the faceplant nerf there, for example. Ooh, yeah, faceplant being nerfed there kind of sucks. I mean, I guess I could go for the strategy I saw before, so I'm not really seeing anything new here. Oh, I almost didn't make that, chat, that was so spooky. I just realized I made a mistake. And I'll tell you what the mistake was. I was very tired. I knew I was going to do this. I didn't open up the entrance warp, which is what I was going to do to go to Olrox, to come back here, or to go to library. So I could go backwards from here, I guess. I don't think I can do blind that, because I literally have no relics. I mean... I guess we'll see how hard this is to do at an early level, I guess. Fine. At least I can warp back to entrance when I'm done. All the way down and get the catacombs teleport. I mean, it's a step of work, Halvisham. I'm only playing for 10 more minutes, so I don't really care, honestly. I'll just go to Grand Balloon, I think. I'm just curious how easy he is. Thank you, Chrysogram, you're the best. Just curious if there's any other super items. I'd love to see a random duplicator here. Was that literally nothing on the way down? That was brutal. I mean... useful, but not in the way that would let me do the skip. Pentagram, life up. Duplicator? No duplicator. Walk armor, disappointing. Yeah, let's go visit Grand Balloon, Chan. It's fine, we don't need to save split. Probably gonna end the stream there. Unless we get like a random library card here, then that would be kind of funny. Then I would keep playing. It doesn't look like that happened. All the money in the world right there. Heck out of that, heck out of that, heck out of that. It's sometimes a little awkward. I still think damage boosting is the best strategy for this room. I hit the play button like I had play. I am not awake. There we go. Just want to see what's behind the save. We're here. The tier thing. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, I guess I was still attacking. That's why I didn't jump right away. That's a shame. It, like, dipped down right as I was going to keep my jump. Fine. We're almost done. Or if I landed the fireball, it would be done. There we go. Yeah, I feel like the quadra hit weapons are definitely a lot stronger. They're not, like, as nonsense as they probably should be. Like, in theory, I should be doing 50 a hit if I was doing regular vanilla Alucard damage. I think 37 is okay. All that for gas cloud, nice. Guess I could test that out while we're here. I tech midair. Fine. Yeah, let's test it out on the tougher enemies. Not the gremlins, though. They're kind of annoying. Decently strong. I mean, if you're really strapped for weapons, at least this can kill now. I think the +2 damage has helped it out significantly. Now, unfortunately, I don't have, like, a form of mist or a bat in order to go through there quickly. I was gonna say, could you imagine if that was a library card? That would have been very funny to me if it was. Or Miguel, so we're doing, like, how much damage a hit currently? 27 times multiple. I'm more Miguel now. 33, okay. Nope, just +5 damage. I mean, I'm hitting 4 times. Wow, that hits a bazillion times, actually. How many times does that hit? I think that is literally 4. Okay, that sounded correct. It's just crazy when you actually attack. So this weapon is clearly superior to single hit, like, no contest. Man, that weapon just destroys them. And think, it's still not doing as much as vanilla. Crazy. Chrysogrim broken, chat. Oh, there we go. I did the boost so I could get over that platform. Okay, so that does work as intended. I think I'm mostly happy with this. I don't think I want to stream too much longer. You can make yourself bounce through the fire, though. Let's go kill ourselves, I think. Oh, that did less damage. Oh, man, exactly 1. There we go. Oh, you can't screen transition. That's a shame. 2% drop rate on vanilla is justified. For sure. So, I think I got where I wanted to go with testing. I got to test the quadra hit weapon. I almost never pick those up when I'm just doing brief tests. So, seems fine to me. So let's chat for a bit. Got about 5 minutes, and I gotta do other things. So I guess I'll just very briefly recap what we went through. So the ashes are just gonna do poison damage for now. Dagger damage is up. Axe, we're switching from hit poison to hit curse due to a bug. Base damage at Kicky Feet is up. We've seen teching. Air momentum, we tested that out earlier. Anything else? Yeah, we nerfed single hit, so it has -4 flat damage, and it can definitely no longer multi-hit. I'm gonna put the notes for secret boots. I could make this actually do something. I'm gonna put it, like, up here. See how we feel about that. See. So, it feels like damage is a little better. I mean, melee is still pretty strong, but I don't know. I still don't think single hit is the way to go. I think which has always been the intent, unless you're doing, like, as I said before, like whoop dashes. Then with whoop dashes, single hit is always the choice. Or preferably single hit dealt with two-handed would be the choice. So I think it's been tailored strong enough. Unfortunately, the 0 attack weapons are kind of garbage. I don't think I can really fix those to be useful, unless they multi-hit. Which I don't think the one where the gameplay increases damage over time, like it was literally at +0. I don't think I let that one multi-hit, so I think that one's always going to be bad. Unless you get it like an hour in, then I guess technically it's better than Fist. Like technically, I guess, but it is what it is, chan. I think everything else was testing successfully. I'm just going to touch up the UI for the menu so that way you can quickly do the other settings. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with these changes. Feel like, you know, Pinky Feet doing just like a tiny bit more flat damage, I think is pretty beneficial to it. So that way I could realistically kill some very weak enemies with it. So it might kill like a bloody zombie as you pass by, maybe. Or if you're doing sustained damage, then it definitely will. There's always been the intent with that. So slight buff. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to showcase. We tested some sub-weapons. We saw the consumable dynamite almost did the exact damage that Alucard would normally deal. So that's a good sign. I think there... Oh. Actually, there's one more thing I could do to alter the damage formula. I'm going to make a small note. Where's that at? I know I wrote something about throwables. Okay, I'm going to retest this. I'm going to put stars. That's my convention to know that I have to actually test if that's working properly. So I think it was applying most of the weapon attack. But I'm going to check in the logs later to see if it was actually calculating it correctly. In fact, if I close it now, I can verify if that happened. Or if I'm just hallucinating how much damage it should do. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, poor Succubus, chat. She got destroyed while testing weapons. Yeah, I should have one where my damage is just like off the charts for no reason. So it looks like Dynamite actually should be doing more damage, so I'm glad I checked that. Yeah, we're gonna buff throwable slightly. Well, I'll think about it. I guess it's taking the 3/4 penalty, but it's... Oh, it's not... Oh, no. It's not taking the multi-hit penalty. Oh, never mind. It's working as intended. Never mind. I just did the math real quick. Never mind. It's not taking the multi-damage penalty, but it is taking the if you have two hands or not penalty. That's fine. So good enough. Good enough, chat. So I think we'll leave it here. So we'll say goodbye to YouTube first, chat. So if you've been watching this on YouTube or the VOD, thank you for watching, and hope to see you again next time.